Imagine waking up in a cozy one-bedroom apartment in central Amsterdam with sunlight pouring through your window and just bikes rolling past the canals and just cafes at every corner. The truth is, you don't need 10 plus properties to live this sort of lifestyle. One great commercial property can completely fund it all. Today I'm going to share how this petrol station in New South Wales generates $70,000 a year in passive income, which is enough to completely fund this lifestyle in Amsterdam. I'm James Hawthorne and I research commercial property deals to see what sort of lifestyle they can actually fund. And today I'm going to break down the numbers and the strategy behind this one deal and how it can actually outperform 10 plus residential properties. So let's get into it. Now let's get into analysing the property that's actually going to fund our financial freedom. So I found this petrol station in Newcastle in New South Wales. It's sold for $4.5 million. As you can see from the property and the photos, it's tenanted to 7-Eleven, which is a major international tenant. So it's got a good tenant. It's a pretty big lot size, 1900 meters. Got a little convenience store, prime frontage with major road access. And even if this property isn't tenanted by 7-Eleven, you can knock it down, build houses. It's in a residential area. So it's development potential as well. Sold for $4.5 million in a good location in one of the biggest major regional cities in New South Wales and in Australia, which is Newcastle. And it's got a 15-year lease plus options to extend. It's a newly developed property, so it's got depreciation benefits, which helps with your tax, and tenant pays the outgoings, and you've got that net income of $275,000 a year. So we've got a pretty big income. Sold for $4.5 million. Now let's go see what sort of cash flow can this property generate. Our cash flow calculator, the purchase price of $4.5 million. We've got a net income of $275,000 from this one property. That's a 6% yield. And using a 6.5% interest rate, and the loan is going to be $3 million, so your payments are $207,000 a year. So the cash flow, you've got that rent of $275,000 and the interest of $207,000. You're left with $68,000 a year in passive income from this one property, which is pretty good. If we look at our cash flow snapshot, it's not until interest rates go up to 9% do you start to become negatively geared. But if interest rates go down to 3%, you're going to be positively cash flow $180,000 a year. So the interest rates make a huge difference between how much passive income you're going to generate from this one property. Now let's look at our property paydown calculator. Same purchase price, same yield, using a 4% rental increase each year, and you're going to use the actual cash flow to pay down the debt each year. So in the first year, you're going to be positive geared, obviously $68,000 a year. By year 5, you're going to be positive geared $140,000 a year. It's a pretty big difference in how much cash flow this property can generate if you just pay down the debt for 5 years. And in 10 years, you're going to be positively geared $270,000 just from this one property. You know, if interest rates change, they don't stay at 6.5%. You know, there's passive income, the cash flow is going to be greater. And by year 14, the property is completely paid off, debt-free, and you've got almost $500,000 a year in passive income just from this one property. So that's the power of commercial property, is you can use the cash flow to pay down the debt. Because the yields are so good, because there's rental increases baked into the tenancy agreement, you're going to be able to pay down the debt, 10, 15 years, and you're going to be completely debt-free with a hugely positively geared property. Now let's go look at what sort of lifestyle can actually live based off the passive income from this one property. So for boiling my budget, I decided to go to Amsterdam, but we're only going to go there for 7 months because I found this really nice luxury apartment that rents out for $9,600 a month, which ends up allowing us within our budget to go there and stay in the luxury apartment for 7 months of the year. And then you can go back home and enjoy the other 5 months, but you're going to be over there in summer. So I found this really nice apartment. Let's go have a look at it. So I found this luxury apartment in Amsterdam. It is only a 1-bedroom apartment, rents out for $10,000 a month, but as you can see, it's got a really nice cozy vibe, bedroom, lounge room, really luxury, great finishings in the bathroom, and it's in a prime location in Amsterdam. You've got the cycling tracks, the cafes, the grass, parks, everything you need in Amsterdam. So it's in a prime location. It's right next to the Nine Rings it's called, which is the main city centre of Amsterdam. You can probably walk there, 10-15 minute walks. Vondelpark is a major park, really nice park to walk in Amsterdam. It's got other close parks in the area. So it's in a prime location in the middle of Amsterdam. great reviews, rents out for $10,000 a month or $9,000 a month. And if we go back and look at our budget, we've got that $68,000 a year. It allows us to stay there for about 7 months of the year. And this is completely funded just by one commercial property. You don't need 10 residential properties to live this sort of lifestyle. I've just shown you how the passive income from one petrol station in a major regional centre in Australia can completely fund this luxury apartment in Amsterdam, and you can live that sort of, European lifestyle. That's the Amsterdam lifestyle, completely funded by a petrol station in New South Wales. Now, if you like these sorts of videos, go watch my last video where I show exactly how commercial property can completely fund a nice luxury apartment in Vienna. So go watch that next, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out.